LPT make Irish soda bread if the grocery store runs out of bread. Good idea and perfect time of the year to eat. Oddly, in my area, one of the few cuts of meat left over were some corned beef packaged. I think a lot of people don't know what it is or how to cook. Stock up on this and cook in a crock pot, carrots and cabbage if available, to add to your tasty Irish soda bread. I've been eating canned corned beef with potato hash and eggs for the past few days for dinner. Always wanted to try it and bought myself a can in advance of the madness. Also making my own sourdough starter. 3 more days and I can start making pretentious artisanal loaves. Pretentious artisanal loaves lol. That is so great. Oops. Should be loaves. If it's pretentious I think it's loaves. You can also make dough for pizza, homemade hot pockets, or whatever by mixing equal amounts of self-rising flour and plain Greek yogurt. Just mix it up, knead it and roll it thin. And if you're running low on Greek yogurt or don't want to pay $4 for a big tub of it, you can put a 1/2 gallon of milk and a 1/2 cup of your remaining yogurt in a crock pot on high for an hour. Then unplug the crock pot, wrap it in a towel, and leave it overnight. Then in the morning, put a kitchen towel in your colander in the sink. Dump the crock pot stuff in there. Drain as much liquid as you can. You now have 1/4 gallon of Greek yogurt. You can't do this indefinitely, but I once did it for like 4 months running. This is definitely some /r/frugal and /r/life pro tips stuff right here. Not really. It's basic cheese making. It's easier and cheaper to use starter culture from previous batches than it is to start fresh. I do the same with buttermilk. Blessed are the cheesemakers. After you fry rashers, bacon, or sausages, throw a slice of soda bread in the pan. It soaks up the oil and goes nice and crispy. A tiny sprinkle of salt to serve. Not healthy, but very delicious. Compared to the sugar in most breakfast cereals, this is probably the healthier option. I use a super simple beer bread recipe. 3 cups flour, wheat if you prefer and want additional fiber, 12 ounces beer, cup brown sugar, cup butter, softened, 1 TBSP baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt. How to make it: sift the 3 cups of flour into a medium size mixing bowl. Make sure that you don't use 3 packed cups or you'll have a much less moist bread. Add all of the rest of the dry ingredients and mix well. Then add the beer of your choice and the room temperature butter and blend again. Lightly dust a bread pan with flour or coat it sparsely with grease and distribute your dough evenly throughout, smoothing over the top. Bake for 60 minutes at 375. You can leave out both the sugar and the butter if you need to do so as well. Source link: fitnessblender.com/article/easy healthy beer bread recipe. This is actually quite brilliant and a good LPT for people who have never tried to make their own bread. Good on you for posting. You can use normal milk too, you just need to wait for it to go off. But before it goes lumpy. I hated milk for years because one of my earliest memories was accidentally drinking out of a bottle my nan was saving for soda bread or red vinegar. What do you do when your store is sold out of bread, flour and milk? That's what I found when I went shopping this weekend in Washington state. Also, no medicine, meat, pasta, canned food, etc. You cry into your pillow, eat the grass from your lawn, turn criminal and raid your neighbors. What if there's no flour? Irish Boxty. It's literally poorhouse bread and was made when flour was scarce. It's made with mostly leftover potatoes, grated or mashed. I use this recipe and made 2 loaves the other day. Not the best bread I've ever had, and I prefer a yeast bread. But the soda bread is super simple to make, so it's a great option. Link: thermoworks.com/bread/Irish soda bread quick bread finish temps/link. thermoworks.com/bread/Irish soda bread quick bread finish temps/. If you want a good yeast bread that's super easy to make, you can do this. One link: alrecipes.com/recipe/256997/chef John's no need side batter /. The only tough part is you need to make it a day in advance. Similarly beer bread, I'd say it's even easier to make. Although I've yet to try to make soda bread. Link. kingbethafla.com/recipes/classic beer bread recipe link. kingbethafla.com/recipes/classic beer bread recipe. That looks like it would be really yummy. I can't get any kind flour around here, and to top it all off my sourdough starter is dead. People are buying up all the flour now. Yeah, literally all flour. Couldn't even get my normal organic rye. Preppers are getting fancy. Well, it's definitely something I would want plenty of in my staples. You can do a lot with flour, and it lasts for a long time if stored properly, and it's mega cheap. Thank you for this. I was just looking at my bread going whelp. Man, I planted all of that wheat in my yard for nothing. Has anybody made this with GF flour? I used to make soda bread all the time, but kind of stopped baking when I had to give up gluten. I haven't tried this recipe, so I can't speak to how good it tastes, but it's similar to some other recipes I've tried and liked, though I do prefer coconut flour to almond flour. That's a personal preference that not all people share. Keto-friendly Irish soda bread. Link. bajouksandbits.com/2018/03/Irish soda bread keto/. Too complicated. I'm just making Civil War hardtack. Is that just flour and water? Any leavening? This is such a great idea. Now if only my stores had flour, milk, lemon juice and vinegar. As a healthcare worker who has gone to the shops and can't find so much as a burrito wrap, thank you for this. I was worried about what I'd actually eat in coming days and weeks, and bread is such a bloody staple for me to feel full. No need is also extremely easy and forgiving. Credit to Knit. 3 cups all-purpose or bread flour. More for dusting teaspoon instant yeast 1 teaspoon salt preparation in a large bowl combine flour, yeast and salt. Add 1 5/8 cups water and stir until blended. Dough will be shaggy and sticky. Cover bowl with plastic wrap. Let dough rest at least 12 hours, preferably about 18, at warm room temperature, about 70 degrees. Dough is ready when its surface is dotted with bubbles. Lightly flour a work surface and place dough on it. Sprinkle it with a little more flour and fold it over on itself once or twice. Cover loosely with plastic wrap and let rest about 15 minutes, using just enough flour to keep dough from sticking to work surface or to your fingers. Gently and quickly shape dough into a ball. Generously coat a cotton towel, not terry cloth, with flour, wheat bran or cornmeal. Put dough seam side down on towel and dust with more flour, bran or cornmeal. Cover with another cotton towel and let rise for about 2 hours. When it is ready, dough will be more than double in size and will not readily spring back when poked with a finger. At least a half hour before dough is ready, heat oven to 450 degrees. Put a 6 to 8 quart heavy covered pot, cast iron, enamel, Pyrex or ceramic, in oven as it heats. When dough is ready, carefully remove pot from oven. Slide your hand under towel and turn dough over into pot. Seam side up. It may look like a mess, but that is okay. Shake pan once or twice if dough is unevenly distributed. It will straighten out as it bakes. Cover with lid and bake 30 minutes. Then remove lid and bake another 15 to 30 minutes until loaf is beautifully browned. Cool on a rack. Thank you. I'm so looking forward to making this. Would it be okay to make this in a baguette shape instead of a disc? I don't see why not. Yep. Just ordered my organic flour a couple days ago. Excellent idea. Thanks. And then toast it and put lashing of real butter on it. Thank you for this. Twice I heard people say, not that they don't know how to make bread, but that people can't make bread. I was just thinking of what I was going to do when we run out of bread. Thanks for a great tip. Thank you for this. It is an easy bread to make. The key thing to remember is that it should not be kneaded. You work the dough as little as possible, or it gets tough. It also works better if the dough is fairly sticky when you cook it. I use a silicone loaf tin and cut a big groove down the middle to help the middle dry out. It can also be cooked on any oven-proof plate, Pyrex, or any baking sheet. Tried mine with Dr. Pepper first. Baking soda works much better. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.